All righty. Good morning. Good morning, Briar Patch, Lord Eagle, Captain Silva. Coffee first, then speak. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Let me see the handle. Bring it down a little bit more. Now, there we go. So I'll be out of the picture here for a little bit. So the handle's nice and dry. I wiped down the red stain twice yesterday, too cold. So I have a nice red hint to the black, which is really nice. So I have the clear coat, and I'm going to use it just to protect the finish from nicks and scratches and stuff like that. Now here, after the first coat, they want me to sand, and I've never done that. I do have the correct stuff. So now it's going to go on milky, so you can see it's kind of like a milky color. And they want you to stir, not shake. But when it dries clear. So I'm giving it a good stir. And they say after 2 hours, you can sand it and then apply a second coat. Not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but we'll see. Got my fresh brush for it. Good morning, Beaverines. All right, so we're going to put our fresh coat of clear. This will dry off clear. And this is just to protect the finish. And then they say don't overbrush. And I'm glad they said that because it would definitely be easy to want to overbrush it. The whole idea is they're saying smooth it out later. With there we go, with the sandpaper. Now I may do a second quote on this, I'm not sure. I have to see what it looks like when it dries. Come on. Trying to dry off the brush as best I can. So I'm just going to let this sit for 2 hours. 2 hours, it should have cleared up. And then I will see whether I'm going to do any sanding with it. If I will, it'll be hand sanding, where I will just use one of these belts by hand, because I think with the motorized sanding, it would be just too brittle. So if I do any sanding, it will be by hand. Now let's go upstairs and make some coffee and cook up some bacon and eggs and other fun things. And I can catch up the chat. Yay. And there's much rejoicing. Round and round we go. Wherever she stops, nobody knows. Let me get everything set up here, and I will catch up with comments. You can see my highly technical setup here. All righty. You're having your coffee. All right. Briar Patch, that one I grabbed is supposed to be 400 grit. They say use 200 grit or more. But I believe that one's a 400. William E., how we doing? And we also have the Putty Tat is wanting in. The star of the show, Binks Ninja Cat. So let's pop in some coffee here real quick. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a second coat on there yet or not. I'm going to wait until see how it comes out. Yeah, one of the main reasons I put the survival or the subscriber mode on there is so when YouTube does that, people know it. Oh, and top chat. Yeah, go ahead and go to live chat. It shouldn't matter. Hey, good morning, Savage Lee. How we doing? There we go. Yep. Bringing old things back to life are good things. Remember, hit the thumbs up, everybody. Do appreciate it. Let's get the coffee started. Now, I like coffee in the morning. Not every morning. Some days I don't bother to make it, but generally in the fall and winter, I will have it more often. I used to have one of those Keurigs, and the first one I had lasted me a good 3 years. And it was well worth it because you figure how much money it saves you versus buying coffee. Now, when we were on vacation, we went and bought some Starbucks only because the wife had gift cards for it. Otherwise, nah. And their coffee is just blah. That's why they put all that fancy stuff in her. Stopped at the store, restock up on our ketchup Miracle Whip. This is something I got to buy often because the best buy dates on these are not the greatest. So this is not something. Yeah, it's good to Christmas of next year. So maybe I'll buy a few. Don't forget your dish soap. And then I figured it was time to get another can of WD-40. These things will last me decades. But you got to remember to get them. All right, let me look at here and catch back up. Hey, Jack, good morning. Morning, Paradise Acres. Thanks for coming in. Savage Lee. So now we got the coffee rolling. Let's bring the star of the show in. Not that cold out, it's just windy. So she's just going to run right in the living room because she suspects that I should be sitting down so then she can hop on me. So literally, she is over by my chair calling for me. Now she notices I'm not there because I'm still in the kitchen. Look at her. I'm waiting for you, Daddy. So now she'll come back in. Well, I put a cat. Hi dear. Oh my goodness. Hi dear, put a kitty. The star of the show. I'll have to catch up on comments. See what today's about. So I got the grass pretty much mowed. I could probably hit maybe one or two areas, but now that it's cooler out, it's not really growing. So we're good to go on that. Aw. She just wants her loving. Yeah, that's what she wants. All right, let's go back out. You got water? Yep. You got food? Yep. There we go. What she really wants is just to sit on the lap. So, next couple of days are going to be better weather. High 50s, low 60s. And then back to normal weather afterwards. Got my bacon. And then I also have pork chops, which I think I'm going to cook and take to work with me because I have a 12-hour shift today. So I'll work until 3 a.m. Because the two possible guys that could come in for overtime tonight both refused. And that's their right. So I'm working at 12 on my side, and the first shift guy is working at 12 on his to cover that shift. But it's time and a half, so I see our opinionated guy was alive and well on Prepper Nation again. I'm not going to call him out by name, but you probably know who he is. But it's not bad. He's a prepper. I could tell he'd be the type of prepper I could not have in my mag. We just would not get along. He'd be that one in the books that would have to go. Let me catch up on comments here, because I think I'm behind. I have my readers. Just don't fit in bacon. Yep. New thing on YouTube. Now you can skip them, whatever. I'm not even supposed to give you advice on them. Here's what had happened with my channel with ads. I used to make decent money on the long videos. You know, maybe $1 or $2. And then I'd make, 12, 20, 30 cents on the shorts. And then they come over and they said, oh, something's going on. And now on my live streams, I make a nickel if I'm lucky. And on my short videos, I'm making 30, 40, 50 cents. So it is what it is. I don't understand what YouTube's doing. They did have some changes. So bear with me. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you hitting the thumbs up. We got the bacon ready. Got the coffee cooking. Let's put some heat to the skillet. If you want to eat good food, best way is to cook it. All right, the food that you prepare yourself is going to be far more healthier for you than going out to even any restaurant. Understand, when you go to those breakfast places, they're not using, if it's a chain, they're using grade B eggs, not grade A. So it's, fast food ones are laced with preservatives, and your body doesn't see any nutritional value in a preservative. So they throw it in a fat cell. They don't know what to do with it. They throw it in a fat cell. That's where it goes. So it is what it is. So I got breakfast going. I'm also going to cook up some pork chops. I think, maybe not. I think we're still too hard. All right. Maybe next week, let me bring it out here. I can tell they're still froze. Problem with frozen meat, when you put it in the fridge, it takes days. Days and confused. All right. We got the skillet going. Ooh, it looks like the coffee is now ready. So, and it's a 9:13, so at 11:13, I'll go down there and I'll take a look and see what the fake eggs for breakfast. Yes. I literally, it was the first time, Lord Eagle, that I had green eggs and green ham. For real. We were the last area to get served breakfast. We were a Ford observers. And they brought that up there and opened up, and literally the eggs had started to turn green, and so had the ham. I'm like, now I know where Dr. Sue's got that from. Now I know where this inspiration came from. Now time for my morning cup of coffee. And Vince, if you think trolls are good for your channel, you're confused. Good people can only handle idiots for so long. Just saying. Even educated ones. I just let you in, Cat. So let's get the bacon going. Now the household here we keep at. Right now I got the heat cranked up to a whopping 64 degrees. When the wife comes home, she'll kick it up to 66. And then when I come home, I kick it back down to 60. Bacon. I think 4 strips today will be sufficient. It must be sad to be a troll. You got no life. You have no control. So in the world event today, more confusion and more silliness. And it looks like World War III is off with a bang. The 2 young ladies managed to get their picture on the New York Post. And I was laughing when I was seeing it. And somebody goes, oh, it's going to be a lawsuit. I said, no, it's not a lawsuit. You were in a public place. Tear yourself off a public area. I think Vince, what's your take on that? Did you see that, Vince? Those 2 young ladies that were tearing down the kidnap posters, and they got their picture in the New York Post. Did you see that last night? People are saying that the New York Post could be in trouble for posting those pictures And I'm thinking that. First of all, you're committing a crime, vandalism, and you did it on a public street. Like the first time I went to Vegas. No, maybe 3-4 years ago. Never been to Vegas before. Going down the strip. It was kind of cool. And we're waiting in line to get in this place to eat. And here come these two young ladies. Definitely in the entertainment field. Let's put it that way. And if you start scanning the cameras over there, they're quite striking. They're like, "Oh no, you got to pay for this." I go, "Oh no, we don't. You're in a public area. You chose to dress that way." So that was kind of funny. We catch up here on chat. I have to turn the burner down a little bit. Hey, Randy. No booze, no soda. There you go. Call responsible for your actions. Yep. The first time I had espresso, I think we were out in South Dakota pheasant hunting. And the guy I was with, a buddy of mine, Eugene, he's like, "Let's go have some. He's got an espresso machine." I didn't even know what espresso was. And he brings me this little cup. I go, "What the hell?" He goes, "Yeah, it's got 3 times the caffeine in a big cup of coffee." I was like, "Wow." And it did. I don't react to caffeine that well. This is about the limit. I see you, kitty. I see you. And I'll let you in later. Right now, I got things to do. He's like, "No. All you got to do is pet me, Daddy. That's all you need to do." Now, the cold and flu, elderberry, vitamin C and D. And of course, I take zinc, vitamin C, and D3 separately. And it's been helping me get through a major cold. The sinuses are not running so bad now. But the feeling like it's kind of going into the lungs. Hey, wait a minute. I think, I seen something. I seen a skip ads button. So I do have some control. So hopefully it doesn't happen now. I was gonna run an ad again and I hit skip. So hopefully I do have some control over that. Never been to Vegas. Might not missing much. It was worth going to once for the experience. I went there with about $114 cash on me. And of course, my cards, I didn't use my cards. And it was a work event, so all the meals were covered. And I did a little gambling and I came home with about $150 cash. And I had bought some incidentals. I went to the liquor store across the road and bought about $30 worth of liquor the whole time I was there, because I was there for 5 days. Mostly beer. If you were buying a beer in the casino, it was $10. So that would have been 3 beers. And I bought like 3 6-packs of good beer, which lasted me the whole time. I wasn't doing a lot of drinking because we were pretty active. We had classes in the morning and afternoon. And most of the time we go out as a group. We did, the one other manager and I, we did go to another place where they had karaoke. And he wanted to do karaoke. And I guess it was popular because the sign-up list was like pages long and he never got to sing because there were so many people ahead of him. But they had tall glasses of draft of microbrew draft beer for $3. So that's why we were there. And then we talked to the security lady about the best way to go back, because you could literally see the Manta Ray there. And she goes, well, you're better to go down this way and cut across because it's questionable that way. I said, thank you. And we started going the way that she pointed to. And she goes, wow, I'm surprised you listened to me. As if I wasn't going to listen to you, I wouldn't have asked you. She goes, so many people she would tell them, and they just shoot across anyway. I said, yep, there's people like that. Well, when I'm talking to the local, and a local I think I can trust, I am not a karaoke singer. The guy I was with was. I've done it twice. And first time I couldn't hear myself back. We were in a small bar with the wife and I. We did the David Allen Cole song, You Don't Even Call Me By My Name. Everybody told us how great we were. Years later, another place we used to go had it, but it was a much longer hallway. And I went up there and I was singing it and I could hear my voice coming back. And oh my God, they lied to me. They lied to me terribly. I sounded really bad. And that was my end of karaoke. There's some things I can do. There's some things I can do well. Singing is not one of them. Let's put it this way. If I get up and sing karaoke, everybody comes up then. So they go, I can do better than that. And generally they can. I do listen to a karaoke channel just about every night. It's called Deb's Wood Burning, and Art Wildman also does that. And I enjoy listening to people sing. I actually sang once on there, and they were polite. They don't ask me to sing again, though. And that's okay. I understand. I'm in no delusions about my ability to sing. They're like, hell no, I'm no singer. You don't call me darling, darling. Yep. Now, sometimes in the shower, it seems to come out a little bit better. But then again, that's just my opinion. But yeah, I had the wife come in going, oh, sing it again. Get it again, train me. Now, my voice always wasn't like this. I had an issue with my throat in college over the stupidity of the doctors. So for the longest time, I would get strep throat once or twice a year. I would get it early spring and fall. If I didn't get it in the fall, it was always going to be in the spring. So I knew I had it. I went to the doctor. Usually would, they do a swab and then give you an antibiotic. And that's when I started getting weird about antibiotics. I don't know why. They're even worse now. But they had this instant test. It was new. Well, it was this side of the throat that was really bothering me. This side was fine. So they swabbed this side. And I said, well, you swabbed the wrong side. Well, strep throat don't work that way. I really don't care how it works. I'm telling you which side is infected, and it's this side. And they said, well, the test says you don't have it. I said, well, I know I have it. I've had it so many times, I can tell when I have it. Wouldn't do anything for me. That was on a Monday. On a Friday, I was feeling so bad. I had a roommate from China which was giving me some Chinese ibuprofen, which probably was very powerful to deal with the fever. And it really pissed me off because a bunch of the people I knew were going to the Rocky Horror Picture Show and wanted me to come with them. And I felt so bad I couldn't go. So I went to the emergency room because it was hurting so bad. And they went to look at it. They called the college, and the college says, nope, he can come in the morning and see me. So I said, you're not even going to tell me to say, I looked down my throat. And they said, no. I said, you've got to be kidding me. You guys have set the new level to incompetence. And they told me the doctor's name that said that. So I walked into the clinic, which was right by my adult dorms. And they said, well, I will see any doctor except for this one. And they go, why? Because if I see that one, I will cause him physical harm. So they had me this newer doctor, younger doctor. And as soon as I said, he went, oh my God. And I said, you gotta be kidding me. And I had a huge cyst in the back of my throat that they had to cut open and drain. Gave me a shot, penicillin, gave me penicillin to take. They took a lab sample, they took a whole syringe full of that crap, sent it to the lab. All right. About 10 days later, I'm in the same shape. So I go back in, and they said, well, it's reformed. I said, well, what did the lab say? And I could tell the look on his face. They never checked the lab. And I said, you've got to be kidding me. They weren't. And sure enough, I had a strep type C, which was rarer and was far worse. And it also was resistant to penicillin. So they had to put me on a sulfa drug for a month to kill it. Well, they offered to take my tonsils out for the mishap for free. I said, well, if you think I'm going to let you do surgery on me and you couldn't even handle a diagnosis on strep throat, so I don't think so. I don't let extreme incompetent people operate on it. And then he's looking, he'd go, wait a minute, you're missing half your tonsils. So the infection was so bad it destroyed the tonsils on that side. Now I've never got strep throat since. I think it's the scar tissue is so thick that it can't take hold. But my voice is different. You know, there's a little bit more crackness in it than it used to have. And I blame that for it. There, got my bacon, got my eggs cooking, got my coffee. But yeah, I was looking about where I make my income, and I don't make a lot of income. I made $60 last month. You know, I used to make more, but they made changes. That's good, Randy. You got a hell of an immune system. You'll be one of those people that survive the next plague. You know, like those movies. But I haven't had it since, and that was back in the 1980s. So I still get a cold and flu. Viruses still attack me every now and then, but they don't last as long. And a lot of it's because of the vitamins and minerals I take. Yeah, Joe Crocker. Yeah, there you go. Maybe I'm just singing the wrong songs. There. Reloading on TV right back. There you go. Yep. Randy be one of those that survives the next zombie plague. Everybody else be walking around and she'll just be like, pew, pew. That too should have been on the Walking Dead. They should have had you, Randy. Naturally immune. Zombie bites you, zombie dies. Hey, grenade launcher, how we doing? So earlier in the broadcast, we put a clear coat on the knife. Now I did record it with the camera phone too, so I'll post a shorter version videos of that. And that's another thing on views. You know, views really is what pays it on there. Generally, my long videos of my lives are only getting about 40 to 60 views. I used to get more. I used to get a couple hundred. And it could be me. Aha! I was able to stop that ad again. You know, my last live stream, I made a nickel. The one before that, I made 8 cents. One short video, I made 34 cents. So I'm not doing it for the money. And the way I look at it is I get to talk to the same 40 to 60 people every morning. It's kind of like our little coffee club on the internet, which I enjoy. I think we all know about that one creator out there that had some very negative things to say about channels like us that don't get a lot of views. And the way I looked at it, I said, well, you get to spend, a half hour or so with, a group of people that you would never meet otherwise because of distance, and generally have good conversations. So I don't see it as being a bad thing. Just my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. All right, my kid's back up on here. Yeah, so my wife teaches. So she is bringing home the gifts from the children often. Just because I'm coughing every now and then, Jack, I'm going to go back in on Monday. I mean, I'm still lifting. I'm just not doing heavy lifting. I got weights here, and of course, all the stuff I do at work is a workout. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. And I think so, too. I really like the community I have here, and I don't need thousands and thousands of views on my long videos, although I wouldn't mind it. But it's not necessary for me to judge my work. It's like when I see those people on Twitter and they say, well, I've got 200,000 followers. So, yep, there are that many dumb people out in the world. Unfortunately, you think it's because what you say means something. And it really doesn't. I've been listening to a lot of these seminars and stuff. Hey, Fat Man, how we doing? Did you finally rejoin? Welcome back to the club. Appreciate it. And then remember, in the description, you can buy me a protein shake through my PayPal. Or if you want it to be used for treats for banks, just put that in comments in PayPal. Or you can do a super chat. But YouTube does take a big bite of it. That was good. Quality over quantity all day long. This is true. That's like everything. I mean, I do have inexpensive knives, and I have some that are not. All right. This cuts much better than that one. Like even both. This is a set we bought when we got married 31 years ago. We bought it, or something might have been a Christmas gift. Can't remember. And these are from my buddy at Cutco.com. They're very nice knives. I like them a lot. Black Cat, thank you very much. Welcome to the membership. Now remember, members, you can email me at scottishfitness@gmail.com. I don't dare put it in comments. It seems lately now with their AI, if I send somebody my email, I get restricted on comments for that day. They think it's spam. I sent them an email telling them to fix it. Of course, they haven't responded. I also sent them an email about, I'll go to a different channel and watch my videos, and I used to get ads on my regular videos, which I don't anymore. Free replacements, I'll have to check on that. You can get free sharpening, but I don't remember Lucky telling me about replacements. I guess if it fails, it does. I'll have to ask him. I will send him a text. I will clarify that and put that forth on my next live stream. So good question. And see if they still do that. Probably do, but I'll make sure. Yeah, the Ginsu knife commercials on TV. Always wanted to try cutting a nail. So I had a creator on YouTube who sells a different brand of knife, and he was competing against Cutco, and his thing was, well, I'm going to have my knife can cut one of those knives. So you got a Ginsu knife. You can cut a nail, you can cut a can. All right, slice a tomato, throw it in the dishwasher, and it rusts in your hand. He didn't like my response. I told him, sell your product on the merit of your product alone. Oh, that bacon is so good. It'll be a death to me, but it'll be going well. Black Cat, Fat Man, thanks for becoming a member. Now remember, you can email me for any fitness or nutrition advice. You can also do Messenger or Instagram, if you got the ability to do that. You can video chat, and we can discuss your goals. So that way also that comes with membership. And then after 6 months of continual membership, if you like, email me your mailing address and your shirt size, and I will send you a Scottish Fitness t-shirt, or after January 14th, you'll have a choice of the t-shirt, the coffee mug, or my daughter's first book, The Fae Hotel. Which you can pre-order on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So The Fae, F-E-Y, Hotel, by my oldest daughter. Due to stress, right? Yeah, looks like I got an answer to what was causing me stress. I was gonna reply to them, but I'm gonna make them wait for a week before I give an answer because they made me wait. But at least that is no longer a stress point. Now I have a plan. So Mr. Lawyer must have bowed out. I actually had a question for him. I noticed he didn't come in with his $20 fake accounts. So the multivitamin D3 and zinc is great. And you might want to take vitamin C. You know, like say you're taking your multivitamin in the morning, you might want to take vitamin C at night. Only because vitamin C, it does pass through your system rather quickly, not in minutes, but probably about 8 hours. So I take, obviously I take the multivitamin, which I probably should take now. But I also take vitamin C separately. I take zinc separately, and I take D3 separately. Now, during the summer, I will slow down on the D3 because I'm out walking in the sun all the time. Even now, I'll probably go for the walk and the sun's out, but I'm going to be covered. I won't have very much exposed skin. And then one other thing you may want to consider is elderberry. Because it does have C in it, and it has D3 in it. I think with those, you'll be in good shape. I also take turmeric to help with, it's like a natural antibiotic and it has other benefits. So, but your multivitamin is kind of your catch-all. It's good for it to make sure you get all your basic minerals and vitamins that you may not be getting through your meal. When I feel well, I only take like one of these extra a day. When I'm fighting something, I will take more, but make sure don't take too much. Vitamin C, it'll pass through, but still. I may take 2 zincs during the day instead of 1, and I may take 3 C's during the day instead of the 1. Yep. My Lord Eagle, the laundry before I get out of the house. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, elderberry gummies with zinc. Yeah. Now, this don't have zinc, but it has C and D. And I just picked those up. They were on sale. So I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. Yep. And I did too, Randy. But what is surprising is they didn't talk about that. You think your World Health Organization would be talking about doing that, and you had to go and I'm pretty sure you had to go and do that research on your own because I had to. Now, being a biochemist, I knew about the importance of vitamins, but sometimes you have to be reintroduced to it. And you got to pay attention to your body. So I did pick up the Balance of Nature fruits and vegetables. I don't know. I take them, but maybe it's because my diet is so good to begin with. I don't really notice a difference, but I do know that sometimes when I'm not getting a lot of those, that this is helping. So I'm not a sponsor of them. And I actually have canceled my subscription. I've got 3 sets of these, which will last me until probably next year. I think with all this, I'm getting plenty. At one point, there's probably a saturation point going on. Oh my goodness. You can say I'm strong enough to kick my own ass. There you go. You're Chuck Norris. And Randy, that's great. Or you could have had it, but your immune system's so powerful it just beat the crap out of it before it could do anything. So that's a good thing. Don't say it too loud, though. Otherwise, the government will come and grab you and start drawing blood and doing all sorts of scientific experiments on you. I can see in the market next year. Essence of D. Randy Romaine. at your pharmacy near you. It'll be that alien that lands on the earth and gets captured. Mm-mm-mm. Speaking of sciences, oh man, that is so good. I'm gonna peek and see if that night candle has cleared up yet. Oh wow. Let's go take a look. So if you're here earlier, you'd have seen that the knife handle, when I applied that clear coat on it, was kind of milky. And now, look at that. All nice and shiny. Now I'm going to rotate it in hopes I don't get what I just seen. A little bubble. And that's why I probably have to sand it. And I was thinking about that. So there's a little bubble there. And that will probably have to be where I do a little bit of light sanding. The trick will be not to overdo it. And then I can put the second coat on around about 11:15, and then try to make sure I rotate it enough times. Mm-mm-mm. So the outdoor plants are starting to show some stress. We have been covering them, and you can see I've added other layer panels, which helps keep it warmer and block the wind. I do have an apparatus for that opening, but it's really turned milky white on me, so I'm not sure. Black Cat, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, so there's that one bubble on there. So what I'll do is I'll lightly sand that area. Come about another hour and a half. And then apply the coat. Then I got to remember to turn the blade probably every couple minutes to keep that from happening. But it definitely has that clear protective finish I wanted. And it says after 3 hours, you can do light handling with it, but it takes 24 hours for regular, curing. But what I will do is I'll probably let it cure over the weekend. And then Monday, I'll take the tape off it. And then with the drumming tool, I'm going to clean up around the guard. And possibly do some sort of shaping with it. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with that yet. So this is the outdoor property. There's the greenhouse. So basically I'm just going to keep throwing leaves in there on good days like today. Pond's out that way. That was the way, way, way back there through those other trees, the woods I was in last night or yesterday. And I may do that again today. It was just, it's nice and relaxing. Just enjoyable to go out there and have a good time. So, I mean, even the air, the air feels healthy. Now, usually I'll walk down the road and pet the dogs. If I go that direction, I pet the dog. Go that way, it's basically just wanting to walk and get it done with. So, but in the woods, it's more of a personal experience. Just kind of commune with nature. I find it more enjoyable, as funny as that may sound. You have a great weekend too, Randy. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Paradise Acres, Black Cat, Captain Silva, Lord Eagle, Batman Prepper, William. If I didn't have a YouTube, what would I be doing? I would be doing the same stuff. I just wouldn't be filming it. I mean, I've always cooked. I've always worked on projects. Probably, if anything, YouTube has gotten me away from the TV. Because a lot of times, if I just wanted to relax, I turn the boob tube on, and then the next thing you know, 2 hours went by. And you're like, oh, what happened? So, he's coming back on. I will see everybody on Prepper Nation, because that's my favorite place too. So seeing he's starting, I'll end it here because I'm just yapping anyway. And I'll see everybody on Prepper Nation. See you all on at Prepper Nation. Take care. Thanks for joining in. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all that goody stuff. Buy me a protein shake. Be good to yourself. Go out for walks. Have fun. Try to get daylight in as much as possible. Well, yeah, it's overcast in Seattle a lot. I know. Stay aware. Stay strapped. Stay alert.